first thing I want to do, because every time I come up here I show that I happen to run a Scars Publications where we produce literary magazines, and one of them is Children, Churches, and Daddies, cc&d magazine. They come out monthly as Perfect Bound, ISBN, Amazon Books, and this month's release is titled War of Water. And there's always one contributor who gets to have the title, and they're always excited. Like, yay, Maya's chosen for a title. So with this new one, if you took a few shots and you're done, you want to just let that... Yeah, just let it down, that's fine.
Well, it's gone back to that now.
Yeah.
I'm not sure whether it took the photographs or not.
Did it take anything? I see at least one, so
Wow.
I'm fine. Don't worry about it. Oh, thank you. So I thought I would read, because it's released on April 1st, I thought I would read a few things from this book for you. In the middle of it, there's a poetry section and a prose section. In the middle right now, there's a performance art section that has a few poems and songs. So I thought I would share them.
Robert, your buy is ready. Robert, your buy is ready.
But I don't know if I will sing them. This first one from the performance art section is called There I Sit. There I sit alone, separated, isolated, away from my only love, my obsession. I pull out a fountain pen. I see the lines, the contours of his face, defining his piercing eyes, his pointed nose, his tender lips. I sit and I sketch, I feverishly draw until I capture his image. I stare, I gaze, I memorize his every detail. Oh, but he never looks back. So I will draw until my fountain pen runs dry. Short one. This one I know is a song because I've heard it done two different ways. A slow, mournful acoustic guitar, and then I've heard people do it as a Chicago-style industrial song with heavy guitar, which was really funny to hear. But I'm going to try to do it as a poem. I've never done this. This is a song called Victim. Every day I face the wall. Every day I must stand tall. Every day from break of dawn, every day I carry on. Every day I struggle with the lingering past. I've struggled, I've hurt to make it last. But every day I find it difficult, impossible to look at what we have and make it last. And time to time I shed a tear, time to time when you are near. And time to time I stop myself. Time to time I'm filled with fear. I try to carry on, but it doesn't seem fair when I feel your presence, but you are not there. Time to time I find it difficult, impossible to look at how I feel and say you care. I close my eyes, I see it too. When I sleep, I dream of you. When I talk, your words come out. When I live, I just feel blue. I can see the scene. It flashes through my mind. I can't fathom feelings of another kind. When I try, I find it difficult, impossible to search for pieces that I cannot find. I had struggled with the maze. I had worked 100 days. I had tried to make it stop. I could not see through the haze. I had to accept what you had done to me. There were so many lies that I could not see. Time to time, I find it difficult, impossible to look at all your chains. To look at all your chains. To look at all your chains and still feel free. That was Victim.
That is a song.
That was weird. This is a poem called Knew I Had to Be Ready. Got a pair of those solar sunglasses the other day. Challenged myself to stare at the sun. And really, that's such a ridiculous concept to begin with. But wearing these glasses made me blind as a bat till I walked outside and guessed where to look. And then I found it, and I was awestruck. And even though I didn't create these glasses, even though I didn't create this scientific tool, I suddenly felt like I could challenge the science gods. Yeah, try to stun me again. I dare you. For the past 18 hours, we drove 6+ hours each way to get to the focal point for the longest duration of the total eclipse of the sun. I had a filter for my camera. I even had my solar sunglasses, so I was ready for what I guess would be a half-hour show. And I may have been a little mistaken. It may have taken like 3 times as long to watch the moon move its way in the opposite direction over how our sun dances along our daytime sky. So every few seconds I'd take a picture, then slide on my solar glasses to look up to see that crescent move with my own 2 eyes. Clouds moved in for a bit. I was in a panic. Wait, those evil weather gods can't make me miss my chance. But the clouds parted, and the light and mist then danced in front of my sun and moon, adding wisps to their show. But I knew I had to be ready. It started getting darker, the winds picked up, and I knew that when my moon and sun would reach that total eclipse, that's when it would last for less than 2 minutes. So I had to remove the filter, change the aperture on f-stop, and try to point and click. And I think I did a pretty good job, but all I could think was that I saw the white ring of the sun's solar flares each tease their way around that moon from trying to block the sun from one of its children. All I could think was that this ring of fire and radiation was so crisp and vivid that it reminded me of the intricacies of the human eye, where the iris colors dance in a circle like molecular fireworks or petals of a flower in full bloom. Taken aback, it was all so breathtaking. And then I realized that there are as many atoms in the human eye as all constellations in the known universe. If seeing the sun's corona made me think of the cornea with its intricate iris, it made me wonder. They say the eye is the window to the soul. So is my seeing my sun at its most naked moment? Is my sun somehow sharing with me its secrets too? I've been trying to figure out my son's message, and I'll keep trying to take science on, always daring it to finally reveal itself to me. Fun comparison with the eyeball and the sun for that one. And I might as well show you guys. One of those photos is chosen for something I may take photos for you. You might see us reading from this book, but this was from the solar eclipse. So I think I have one more for you. This is a song. I'm not going to sing it. It is called Tightrope Affair. I know all the moves. I play the game, and it gets to you. But you can't say a word. You can't move an inch because you can't break the rules. I know what to say. I know what to do. And it sets you on fire. I know all the moves. I play the game, and it gets to you. But you can't say a word. You can't move an inch because you can't break the rules. I know what to say. I know what to do. And it sets you on fire. We're walking a fine line in our tightrope affair. There's no net when you're high, so you better beware. Do you know your way down when you're making your moves and balancing up in your tightrope affair? I have to play on what you like to see what you can take. And I walk out onto that tightrope to watch you move and shake. And now we're both stuck there. But here is where you quake. But you can't fall from this wire. As I walk out onto that paper-thin wire, no, I have to go back. I have to play on what you like to see what you can take. As I walk out on that tightrope to watch you move and shake. But now that we're stuck here, here's where you quake. But you can't fall from this wire. We're walking a fine line in our tightrope affair. There's no net when you're high, so you better beware. Do you know how it feels when you're making your moves and balancing in your tightrope affair? When you're up in the wire, you feel the fire and you feel the fear, but you're filled with desire. You want to go higher whenever we're near. What will transpire now that we're here? What can we do to make us right? When we gracefully step on that paper-thin wire, we're balancing high. When we look to the ground, see a circus of clowns as we're touching the sky. Now we both tightrope walk, and I wonder why we can't bring it all under the lights. We're walking a fine line in this tightrope affair. There's no net when you're high, so you better beware. Do you know how it feels when you're making your moves and balancing in your tightrope affair? We're walking a fine line in our tightrope affair. There's no net when you're high, so you better beware. Do you know how it feels when you're making your moves and balancing in your tightrope affair? Ending with the song. Performance arts section. Thank you. Oh, you applause, no matter.